boy spot right now. Check it out. We're still going live every Sunday at noon Pacific time. A little bit late today. You know I'm always a right on time type of guy, but it's all good. Most of you guys are going to be jumping in here probably late anyways. You're watching this replay. This one won't be as long as normal. Now, I got the charts here up on a laptop. Let me go ahead and send out the word to the private group. Give me a second here real quick. Tell everybody. Remember when I did this in Hawaii and I thought that I was live and I went outside to the yes, I was right again. All right, here we go. Blockchain Cowboy in the house. Yo, what's going on, Blockchain Cowboy, man? This is a real one right here. He's always been solid. So he can vouch for me here. Yesterday, I was getting ready to go and Moonday, one of my favorite shorts, anybody who's been watching me for a long time, it's one of my favorite shit coins to short. One of the meme coins. It was going bonkers. And I'd say you're going to look at this chart. You can see I have a lot of lines, okay? And obviously because I'm live on the phone, I can't do the normal screen share. But Moonday is a ticker that I've been trading a million times. And I had an alert go off somewhere right here, but that's why I have all these other lines here. And this is the 1 minute chart, and you can see how high it pumped in 1 minute. And then it just was a squeeze and came all the way back down, and I got out right here. And I posted on my Twitter and in the Wins channel, the Profit Circle, I posted how I made 500 and something percent on that, 542% open and close. You can see it on there in Phemex. And this is just, it's indicative of what we always talk about in the Profit Circle is we look for these opportunities. And I called it out in real time in the Profit Circle as well. So anybody who was paying attention also got in on this trade and made money as well. And, this is obviously a little bit different of a show than I normally do, but it's just so interesting because we've been doing the same strategy for so long and winning for so long that I'm actually kind of shocked it hasn't caught on and gotten bigger yet. Because everyone in our group is down with it. You know what I mean? But like, I would be surprised. I'm actually kind of surprised. I don't see other people, crypto influencers or whatever talking about this trade strategy. And it works because we know that a ticker like Moonday is not gonna, it's not real. These meme coins, they pump and they dump. That's just how it happens. And it's just a matter of time, I should say. Some pump longer than others. I get it. And sometimes we do go long when the pump begins because we're watching it in real time. And hey, Megan, how's it going? Megan, I was just kicking with her down there. I'm glad that, and I know I got the text message when I was just jumping on the live, Megan, so I get to respond. But great hanging out with you. And I'll see you in a minute next time. But I know you headed to the airport. But this trading strategy has been winning so much that I don't understand why more people don't talk about it. So anyways, if you haven't joined the Profit Circle yet, that's my private group where we are in there 7 days a week, looking at trading strategies, trading setups. We have a future trades channel where we show setups, and then we have market analysis channel where we discuss them. We also have the Wins channel, the general chat. I also have bullish tickers and bearish tickers in there. So if you have a bullish or bearish bias, there's a good list in there of tickers you want to trade if you want to trade something other than Bitcoin in order to get a little more volatility in the direction that you think the general market is going to go. Now, a ticker like Moonday has been so bearish and so shady for so long. You know that when you see this spike way up high like that, you know it's going to come back down. It always does. Okay. And it's just funny because I'm out here in Miami. I'm not even really trading this week. We're running all around. But even just that quick, if you have a Phemex account on your phone, you get the alert. I was in the middle of getting dressed. I was able to watch it as soon as I saw the momentum start to slow down, and I called that out in the group. Watch the momentum slow down. That's when, not just slow down, it starts to reverse. That's when you enter the short, and you just ride it all the way back down again. Now, it's risky, so you do want to have a stop loss because what if it decides to pump again? It's possible. And the more you do this, you kind of get used to it. The more you get a feel for your position sizing. The more you get a feel for what is that ticker like to do, like when it squeezes. Like I know Moonday will squeeze and come straight back down again. That's what it does. Where some other tickers that we just won on in the Profit Circle, Santos, this was one. This one, let me pull this one up real quick. This one has taken a little bit longer, but it's just like, we know that these pumps are just so fake. It came all the way up here. I actually got stopped out probably once, re-entered, and I rode it all the way back down here again. And this one's still open in my Phemex copy trading account as well. So you guys can see that one in Phemex. I did this one in the copy trading account as well, this Moonday trade. And shout out Servanto. I see you in the house there, man. Thanks for joining the live. I know you guys, normally I'm always promoting it. This time I didn't really promote it, but it's great to see you guys always loyal and rock solid to your boy, Cassius Cuvée, every time I do a live Sunday Fun Day here with the come up. So I definitely wasn't going to skip it, even if I was a little bit late. But you know what? A lot of people show up kind of late anyways. I'm just always on time myself. So anyways, appreciate you guys joining the chat. Now, the other thing, the larger thing, and these are like short-term trades, of course. Trade shitcoins is something I like to do. But Bitcoin. Yes, I was right about Bitcoin again, okay? And you can see here on this Bitcoin chart, you know, we got a good pump here. And when I told everybody in the profit circle, I said, look, I'm not chasing the pumps right now. That's okay. I was getting ready to leave town. I was like, but watch out for the Wile E. Coyote trades. By the way, if anybody's out there, make sure you like this video, give it the thumbs up. Also, this is not financial advice. Got to do your own research. This is, this is my thoughts on the markets. This is how we look at things in the group, in the profit circle. But everyone has their own viewpoint. Nobody just follows one person in the profit circle. Hi, Alec. What's going on, man? Great to see you in the chat. So basically, here we go. Bitcoin came up and it bounced off this white line that I thought at 94,316. I mean, almost exactly to the dollar, okay? Now, you got to understand, when drawing support and resistance, I drew this weeks ago. And, not everybody is new to support resistance, but for those who are new, they're basically places where you're seeing price starting to consolidate. It's usually a range, but you draw lines. Okay, so this is the Bitcoin chart, and you can see the white lines. I'm basing it off of these places where you start to see price to consolidate, and you start seeing where price went up, kind of stopped, and rejected, and came back down. We call it support and resistance because it's support when it bounces off of it, and it's resistance when it bumps its head and goes back down again. So I drew this line a long time ago. This is the 4-hour chart. And it was based upon, look, it was almost exactly on this weekend here where this bounced off a couple times of resistance. Once it broke through support, it became resistance, I should say. You see it try to retest, hit it, and then came back down. It hit these levels of support and resistance, came back up, bounced off it again here. And I called out in the group, for those who were paying attention, I said, look for those Wile E. Coyote trades. Now, Wile E. Coyote trade is something I made up. A Wile E. Coyote trade is when you see a ticker get over its skis. It's going way high up there. So I'm not going to short Bitcoin. So those who've been watching me for a long time, Bitcoin is just too strong of a ticker for me to short. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for an altcoin or a shitcoin that is usually a bearish ticker. And that's why I have the bearish ticker list in the profit circle. And so when I see one of those tickers that's been trimming down for so long, it's like a meme coin or something that's not going to have any real utility or take over the world or get mass adoption. Sometimes they go up more than they should, right? And it's not even necessarily a short squeeze. It's just in the ebb and flow of the market, it plays catch up. And what happens is Bitcoin starts to fall, stocks probably start to fall as well. And then that ticker is hovering over a cliff before it realizes it, just like Wile E. Coyote. And that's why I call it the Wile E. Coyote trade. So when you see the rest of the market start to fall, and then this one ticker that's a bearish ticker that has no business being up this high anyways, it's just dangling there. That's when you enter that short. And it's only a matter of time and just go straight back down again, just like Wile E. Coyote. So that's why I call that the Wile E. Coyote trade. And we have a lot of fun with that in the profit circle, but it's a real thing, bro. That's how you make money fast. That's one of the strategies that you can make money fast. And of course, you have your stop losses, risk management is everything, but you have high confidence because it's been a bearish ticker. And when it does move, it moves fast. And so you can make a lot of money. And then once it falls, this is Bitcoin again, but once it falls, usually you get a big straight move down, and then it finds some level of support. You take your profit. You get out right there. That's what you do. You get out right when when that bottom line stops. It stops moving. Here we go. Let me pull up Zcash, right? So Zcash, again, a little bit different. I got a giga short on it way up here. Got in at 705. Again, on my Phemex copy trading account, so you can see it. And I've been shorting it down. Giga shorts only come around every once in a while. A giga short is when you think you've really reached the top of the market, and the bear market's going to begin. You don't think this coin is going any higher. Like, I wouldn't do this in stocks. You get what I'm saying? Because in stocks, like if it's a real company, they gotta go up forever. They have inflows every single day and every single month from pension plans and 401ks and stuff. The stock market's generally bullish, but in crypto, most of these coins are freaking useless, okay? They're bullshit. So I've done a good job. My list is like 200 tickers long here. I got a nice long list of tickers. and I check them. I won't say I check all 200 of them daily, but I got like a top 50 that I check like daily. And basically, I've got them in my brain. I've been tracking them. Which ones are more bullish? Which ones are more bearish? And those are the ones that are going to be my first go-tos if I have a strong bearish conviction. I think, okay, Bitcoin's about to pull back, or stocks are starting to fall. So I always start my TA top down, meaning I'm always gonna look at the NASDAQ, especially during the week, and then on Bitcoin, and then say, okay, if I think that the general markets are gonna drop or go up for that matter, I'm gonna look at the bearish tickers list if I think it's going to drop, or I'm going to look at my bullish tickers list. So this is one of the things I provide in the Profit Circle, and you can try it out totally for free. All that I ask is you create an account using my Phemex invite code. By the way, you get special perks for doing that, and you'll see as soon as you use it. It's totally free to create an account, but instead of paying for premium, save your money, deposit it into your Phemex account, because I want you to trade with it, and I want you to win based upon what you see in the Profit Circle. And then after that, you go from there. Now, the other thing is, and I want to give a big shout out to the wave makers. We've got a lot of contributing members now in the group. It's not just me who are posting trade setups. And some people are just every single day. So I really got to give a great big shout out to the Profit Circle. And what I'm going to start doing is, anybody who's a real contributing wave maker, I'm going to start extending their free trial. So like the next month, I'm going to announce who's going to get their free trial extended, and eventually, you do that 3 months in a row, then I'm going to just give you a free yearly subscription and have you locked in on the team for the whole year. And that way, those folks will keep rocking with us, keep contributing and giving us great setups that we can all benefit from. So, but not everybody wants to contribute. They just want to go in there and see. So that's fine. You get 1 month to try it out for free if you create an account using my Phemex invite code. So anyways, every single day I'm in these charts, as the group will tell you, in the morning and right before bed and all day. And, obviously it's a little bit harder when I'm on the road right now. We're shooting a music video and doing a lot of stuff, doing a lot of networking. You know what's funny too, by the way? I sign up more people in real life, in person, telling them about the Profit Circle than I probably get from being on Twitter and being online. And it's kind of funny. I was at a party and this girl asked me like, well, how do you get people to join the Profit Circle? I was like, well, usually I just tell them I'm a trader. And then they go, oh, I want to learn that. I don't really have to try very hard. A lot of people want to learn how to do it. So I want to announce here, the other thing I'm going to start doing when I get back home, maybe not the first Wednesday I'm back, but pretty soon I'm going to start doing live webinars for people who are brand new to trading. So a lot of people, I know you guys who watch me weekly or in the Profit Circle, maybe you'll watch, maybe you won't, but some people do need, a lot of people are beginners out there. And so it's going to be like Trading 101, just a free course. It's not even a course, it'll be a course, but it'll be a live stream, and then go on there and then ask a lot of questions as well that they have about with their candles, why they move like this, and then of course it'll get a little more advanced, talking specifically about crypto trading and how I find opportunities and the tools I use to make that happen. So I just want to announce that as well. That's going to be coming on, I think I'm going to do it on Wednesdays. Obviously I'll announce it in the Profit Circle, but man, it just feels good right now that I'm reading these markets like a book. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Like, this shit is hitting. This is hitting. Called this line, bounced off this line right here. Now, I gotta say, as I always say, this up here is the price chart. This down here is the oscillator, okay? The oscillator is 80% of the cake, and this is the frosting, all right? Now, I can draw a great happy birthday on the frosting. I'm really good at doing TA on the lines, on the price chart. But this down here with the momentum waves, this is going to show me the direction that price is going to move. Now, it doesn't give you a price prediction. This just tells you the direction of the momentum. There's also VWAPs down. This is Market Cipher B. You're looking at right here. So there's other indicators on Market Cipher B, but the most important one I like to look at is the momentum waves. That's where I start, I should say. I start there, and then there's RSIs, there's VWAP, and other stuff. But then I'm doing my TA on the price chart, where I'm drawing support and resistance, or I'm looking at trend lines and other things up here. So I just always want to make that clear. I'm definitely looking at the oscillator first. Then I'm going up to the price chart. Now, the thing about the price chart is that it's based upon a price of an asset that's being bought or sold. So when people do TA on things that are like leverage ETFs, or it's two assets that aren't really traded, it's more like an FYI. It's not something that price consolidated at that level because there were buyers and sellers of that asset at that level. And I think that is a big misconception when it comes to trading. when you look at this, like someone bought Bitcoin or sold it at $91,316, which is the price that it's at right now. And again, forgive me because I'm in Miami right now, and so I don't have my normal setup, so I'm sharing my screen. But we could trade anywhere in the world. I did the great moon day trade. If you guys are just now joining us, I got more people in the chat. I mean, in the group here watching. I did a great short squeeze on the road here at moon day. 530 and 50 and 42%. It did this crazy epic squeeze, and this is why you always have alerts set in TradingView. So it hit me on my phone. I was getting ready to go to a party, and that's how I was able to enter and catch that one all the way down. So if you saw it in the Wins channel of the Profit Circle on Twitter, then that's why that's what that was. This one I'll put it on the I'll put on the 10-minute chart, and you can see this went straight up and back down again, and that's what that ticker does. So anybody's been following me knows that that is what I like to do, specifically that ticker, and that's why I had alert set on it. Let me see, we're gonna get to the chat. We got some questions here. So Blockchain Cowboy, appreciate you, man, trying to get people to join. Also, he says, do you color code your SR level? So I do have different lines here that you see. I actually use white as my support and resistance, and that's why you saw more white on the Bitcoin chart. Let me pull up Bitcoin real quick. So on Bitcoin, I gotta zoom out here. On Bitcoin, I'll have white lines as my support and resistance, and the colors are actually where I would enter and exit trades, my positions. That's just a system I made up for myself. You can do whatever system you want. But I know there's this widget here. Let me show you the widget that a lot of people like to use. I actually think it's a pretty cool tool. I just don't do it that much. But this widget here will show you like your take profit and your stop loss. I don't really use it just because it takes me too long to like position all the lines and shit. But basically what I do is I just draw an entry level line as this orange one here. And then take profit will be the turquoise line here. So that's just basically how I do it. And then I'll draw trend lines in different colors than those. There's just a total system I made up. You love Bitcoin. All right, Mr. Golson, great to have you on. You love Bitcoin. I do too. Look, I love Bitcoin as well, man. I keep it wrapped around my neck at all times, right? This is my Bitcoin pin. I realize this is backwards now. I normally don't go live on the phone. You know what I'm saying? I'm normally on anybody who watches my show to come up knows that I'm normally going on the computer so that you can see here. But yes, as the thumbnail title says, I was right again. Bitcoin bounced right off this line and came back down again. Now, here's the thing. I'm a firm believer that the bear market has started, okay? So I'm looking more so to short rips, to sell rips than to buy dips. That's the general speaking thing what I'm doing. It's really tough to try to catch a falling knife in a bear market. And I know things are down significantly. So some people might think, well, damn, how much worse can they get? They can get a lot worse. If you're new to crypto, and this is the thing, everybody who's been watching me for a while knows I always say this. I can teach you how to make money, but my passion is to keep you from getting wrecked. I've been doing crypto since 2021. I was doing stocks before that, which is why I still watch the NASDAQ and stocks every day. But with crypto, people really buy in and really believe something. I was one of those people. And what happens is these projects, some of them are real, some of them are fake, or they just don't have enough money, or whatever the case may be. When a bear market comes, they get wrecked. And we're all a bunch of bag holders from 2021 still. So many of us are. And so like, I have to be realistic about it. When people say you got to believe in something or something like that, I'm realistic about it. I'm like, look, you guys, you got to learn to trade in both directions. You have to in crypto. You can't just buy every dip because the dip might keep on dipping. And when it dips hard. So here's my general strategy. So let me go down my general strategy. What I do is first every day, so tomorrow's Monday. First thing I'm going to do is look at the NASDAQ, right? What's the NASDAQ been doing? Well, the NASDAQ has made a big bounce back, and let me put on the 1 hour chart. You can see these yellow lines I drew. These are just rough drawings of what might happen. I was like, it could come up to here and hit this. I predicted that down here. It went a little bit higher out this box. It broke out. It bounced off this line. We got rejection here on Friday. Will we make a new high? I don't think so, but here's what, it doesn't matter. I'm not trading the NASDAQ. I'm not shorting the NASDAQ. But if the NASDAQ has a pullback, crypto is going to tank. It happens every time this cycle. It happens every single time. So if you're just a crypto trader, it behooves you to watch the NASDAQ. Now, the ticker I use is the NASDAQ 100. It's just QQQ, all right? It's the top 100 stocks in the NASDAQ. That's plenty. It's 99.9% of the weight of the NASDAQ, okay? It's all the big tech stocks and everything else. So I just watched the QQQ, and I'm still doing my TA on what I think is going to happen on the NASDAQ. So if the NASDAQ opens, so this is when we come back to that Wile E. Coyote trade. If the NASDAQ starts to fall, sometimes temporarily, crypto will still keep going up. It's caught some momentum to the upside. So now I'm looking at the NASDAQ. Let's say Monday comes. And we're starting here. And the NASDAQ goes like this, but then it breaks down, right? It drops below this blue line here of support and resistance, right? If it drops below that blue line, but crypto hasn't fallen yet, this is an opportunity, in my opinion. We make a lot of money in the profit circle trading like this. Basically, it's the Wile E. Coyote trade. And maybe Bitcoin hasn't fallen yet, so now I'm going to switch over to Bitcoin, right? So now I'm going to switch over to Bitcoin, and I'm going to be like, man, Bitcoin's getting that Sunday pump again. Look at it. It's like clockwork. You know what I'm saying? Sunday pump again, right? We might have a great Wile E. Coyote trade set up by Monday morning. 24 hours, you know? Doesn't mean this can't go higher right now, but what it means is I'm looking for when it gets over its skis. So I'm looking, oh man, kind of hard to do this with no mouse here on the laptop, but I'm looking for it to eventually hit something and come back down. I don't even know if it'll retrace this high. I actually don't think it will. But what I'm really looking at is down here on the oscillator, Market Cipher B. So this is the 1 hour chart. I like to do my 1 hour strategy. So I'm going to see if the 1 hour starts to roll over. So today, right now, it's 3:42 p.m. And that is East Coast time. Normally, that would be almost 1 o'clock on the Pacific time. The CME opens at 3 o'clock my time, which is Pacific time. And that's when stocks can start trading. So we can start seeing the futures of the NASDAQ, and I'm going to watch that. And then I'm going to start seeing that price action first to maybe give me a clue. You don't really know until the pre-market in like the morning, but it just starts giving you a clue if it's going to look strong or weak. And if it's, you're not going to really know the first hour, of course. But after an hour, you kind of start getting a feel for what might start happening. Now, if the NASDAQ starts showing me weakness, I'm going to go to my bearish tickers list in the Profit Circle. For everybody who just joined, the Profit Circle is the private group I have on Discord. And you can join it for free and test it out. The link is in the description of this video right at the top. You go in there and then you're going to check out the bearish tickers. And on the bearish tickers list, I'm going to pick one of the ones that have been recently bearish, and I'm going to put that on my chart. So what I'm going to do is, let's see. So Zcash has been recently bearish, a little bit trading on its own. You can see Bitcoin pumped and Zcash is still below. Real quick, this blue line is where the CME gap started on the weekend. So basically on Friday at 3 p.m., this is where Bitcoin stopped trading on the CME. And what they do is, though, they put a line on every ticker. Now, I love this thing because every ticker has the same line that shows where the weekend started. So it's very easy for me to tell what has been relatively bullish or relatively bearish. All I got to do is look at this line. So Bitcoin, which is pumping like crazy right now. Come on, Bitcoin's pumping like crazy right now. You can see its weekend line started here on this blue line here. But Zcash, not so much, right? It's relatively bearish. So the thesis is that if Bitcoin starts to fall, one of the weaker coins could fall even harder. So I'm going to look at my bearish tickers list. I'm going to pick one of those, and that's what I'm going to short. Now, a lot of people in our group, we trade on Breakout Prop. That is a prop firm that will give you $100,000 to trade with. And all you got to do is buy an evaluation. Normally, when I'm doing my live stream, you can see my referral code on the screen. I am an affiliate of theirs, so I get a commission if you use the code, but you get to save money and you actually get a discount on the purchase of your evaluation. So I highly recommend you use it. On my YouTube channel, I have a lot of tutorial videos and walkthroughs that will show you how to navigate the trading terminal. So that's been very helpful to a lot of people who have told me. I had all those issues myself when I was doing a Breakout Prop, and I would have to work with customer support to try to solve them and that kind of stuff. So I decided to just take it upon myself to make some videos that just show everybody all the things I got stuck with. So there's a bunch of playlists on my channel. I don't know, I got like 20 videos on how to navigate Breakout Prop, and then I have some on strategy as well, so you can understand the rules to pass the evaluation. And there's certainly strategy behind that. You can develop your own strategy, but basically I've got some videos on that as well. But a lot of the coins on my list that I talk about are ones that can be traded on Breakout Prop. So Breakout Prop being a prop firm, they don't have every coin that's like on TradingView or Phemex. Phemex is a leverage trading platform. That's the one I use. They have like, I don't know, 1,000 coins. I don't know how many coins they got, but they got friggin' everything. So anything that's not on Breakout Prop, if I can't trade on Breakout Prop, I'll trade on Phemex. Some people like trading on Phemex better than Breakout Prop because you get to adjust your own leverage. And you just have to be in a region that you can do it. So anyways, those are just briefly the differences. Most people who watch this know that have a referral link of both of those. Those are my only 2 affiliates that I partner with right now. And the link is in the bio, or they're just a referral code you enter when you sign up, because then you get special bonuses and also discounts. So Zcash would be one that I'm kind of shorting. I'm already in the short, by the way, so I'm not really tripping. I'm really green. ZK, another bearish ticker, right? You see, it trades up with Bitcoin, just not as strong, right? It trades up, but just not that much. It's relatively bearish. That's what I'm always saying that. So it doesn't mean the ticker never goes up. It just means that it doesn't go up as much as the overall market when it does go up, all right? So now I'm gonna look at Bitcoin again. Okay, so now you can see, this is Bitcoin on the 1 hour chart. You can see that the momentum started going up. Obviously it shot up here and the candle's really big and it's starting to slow down here. Does that mean it won't continue? No, it doesn't. But the indicator I'm looking at down here is Market Cipher B. Once we get a red dot here, that's kind of like confirming that the upward momentum has stopped. And the thing that makes it actually know that is it actually has to have some downward momentum first. You don't get a red dot without some sort of a red candle somewhere in there. So basically, I'm looking at it in a higher time frame, then I'm gonna zoom in to a lower time frame, like the 10 minutes. So now in the 10 minute, you can see we've been flat since 10:30. Flat, 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 flat. Could it go up more? It could. It could go up more. But I'm waiting to see it on a higher time frame start to turn down first. Then I'm zooming on the lower time frame, and then I can figure out my entry. So that's how my general trading strategy works. People who've been following me by now know that. Unfortunately, this is not gonna be as long a stream as normal. I'm gonna show you guys a little bit of what we're doing down here in Miami. Let me just show you guys. I'm up here in one of these nice tall high rises here. You can see the water out there, but doing big things. I got a music video coming with my man Loudmouth. It's called Let's Go, and he's a crypto influencer. He's done a lot of NFTs and that kind of stuff, but basically a lot of people know him. He's a gregarious character and a real fun guy to hang out with, a great guy. He's always looking out for people, and he gets you in for free everywhere you go and stuff like that. So it's been a blast down here in Miami, but that's probably gonna be the last music video I do for a while. So people have been rocking me with trading. There's gonna be more trading coming for sure. I got some new stuff coming, and more giveaways and contests coming too. I'm gonna do that in a little more structured manner for the wave makers in the profit circle. You guys are the best, man. You've been rocking with me. And you're winners too, man. That's why I love to see it when you guys are winning. But join the profit circle. It's free for the general chat. It's free for the premium, even for 1 month. And you're gonna see that we got real traders in there. It's traders only, not a bunch of nonsense. Nobody's talking all that weird stuff they talk on Twitter. We're trying to win. And we're not moon boys, okay? And I think a lot of alpha groups, unfortunately, during bull markets, there's a bunch of moon boy alpha groups. But what happens is people end up getting wrecked. Because they think, I'm gonna buy this shit coin, I'm gonna hold it forever, and it's gonna make me rich. And if you didn't learn anything this cycle, you learned that that ain't true most of the time. Last cycle, there was 20,000 cryptos, and that was too many. This cycle, there's 26 million. Let me say it again. This cycle had 26 million cryptos, okay? It's not even 99.9% of them are gonna fail. It's like 99.999% of them are gonna fail, okay? So they become a lot of trading vehicles. They become, unfortunately, they've turned my beloved blockchain industry into a casino, all right? I'm a realist. I gotta keep it real. I lost money trying to chase around these shit coins. You know what I'm saying? So I'm here to help you avoid getting wrecked. So in the profit circle, we got real traders. We trade in both directions. And you're gonna see if you go in there that like, we're not afraid to go long or short, and check the wins channel. We're making money. So, that's all I really got for you guys today. Normally I could do more requests or something like that. And I appreciate the chat too. Shout out Blockchain Cowboy. Everybody, please, share it. But again, man, I'm a blockchain enthusiast. I love Bitcoin, but that doesn't mean we can't make money in both directions. And that's what I like to teach in the profit circle and on my channel is really trying to teach people how to trade, because markets are going to be here in any market, right? If it's bull market, bear market, on any time frame, we're going to have an opportunity to make money. And I think that's very important for a lot of folks who are new to understand that crypto is not just, I buy this coin and I get rich one day. A lot of people learn the hard way that ain't how it works. So, I'm getting more traction here because more people are realizing that, like, oh, I do have to learn how to be a trader. And, oh, he does know what the hell he's talking about. I mean, obviously, I've been doing this for a while now. And so, I'm going to keep doing the Come Up with Cassius Cuvée every Sunday at noon Pacific time. But sooner than later, I'm going to start doing the webinars for brand new folks who, right now, when I do the show, we kind of jump into what's been going on in the markets right now, which is good to know, right? What are we doing right now? I'm still bearish until proven otherwise. But I'm thinking that mostly because the NASDAQ, come on, QQQ, the NASDAQ, I'm thinking with this rejection off of this here, let's see if we get a bounce in the morning. If the NASDAQ doesn't get over this line, the NASDAQ 100 doesn't get over 629, I think we're going to have another downturn, and crypto will get banged hard. So that would be an opportunity for trading to short a bearish crypto ticker. That's what I'm looking at for possibly tomorrow. And if tomorrow is bullish, but not like, so for example, tomorrow might be a green day where you see something like this, or a flat day, right? Because Bitcoin's been kind of flat. But then like first thing Tuesday has a pullback, and crypto will tank then. So like I'm looking for a short setup, I should say, right now. I'm not looking to go long right here. That's where I stand right now on the markets. So you know, like the thumbnail said, I was right again, and I'll maybe be right again. But in this business, I'd rather be rich than right. I say it all the time. Have a stop loss. Risk management is everything. Have a plan that says, what happens if my thesis is wrong? That's how I go into every trade. I'm way more cautious. My friend Flopping Groper, that's Crypto Face's brother, he goes, Cassius Cuvée, right? My name is Cassius Cuvée, but he called me Cassius Cuvée. I said, look, I'll take it, man. I'll take Cassius Cuvée any day and twice on Sunday, because in this game, if you don't lose, you'll eventually win. Eventually, you'll trade with the trend. Eventually, you'll catch one. But if you lose, you're out of the game. You can't go down with a sinking ship. So, you know, that's pretty much all I got for you today. I'm going to keep preaching the same things because my philosophies have been correct. They've been working. And the Profit Circle can vouch for me on that. And, you know, so can my P&Ls. So, you know, have some general principles. And I talk about them all the time in the Profit Circle and on the live stream. But I want to help new folks, because I think when you're new, you get so much noise that it gets distracting, and ultimately you get conflicting indications on the different things on the charts. And I'm here to try to cut out the noise. That's why the top of my YouTube channel says Trading Made Easy. Forget all that other stuff. Look, let me show you. I have 10 indicators that I keep up here. That's not even that many. But look, they're all blocked out. I only have the CME gap and the volume. That's it. I got everything. I don't even have Market Cipher A turned on. I got everything blocked out. We can turn on Market Cipher A. But like, I got all this other stuff, and I know what it all means, and it's all cute, and sometimes it can mean something. I might turn on to take a look at it, right? Start jumping all these volume-weighted indexes, all this shit. But I'm telling you, you don't really need all that. You don't need that to make money, right? Why are you here? Is your goal to become the greatest TradingView person? Or is your goal to make money? Okay, like, you know, it's like, I know 30 indicators on TradingView. Good for you. You want a cookie? We're trying to win trades, bro. And I'm telling you right now, you don't need all that shit. You don't. Now, you need the ones that you need. Maybe they're not the same ones I need, but you don't need everything. And the thing is, that's the hardest thing for a new person to understand, is that you always think the next new guy you see on YouTube has some super secret indicator that's gonna like change the world. It doesn't work that way. It just doesn't work that way. You develop a system that involves risk management. I can't say it enough, that you're cutting your losses. I don't give a damn what your trading strategy is. Your system has to have some sort of risk management built into it. What's up, Marlon? Oh, jump in the group, man. Marlon, this is a real one right here. I gotta say, I'm glad you jumped in, Marlon, because I'm getting ready to wrap it up here. I'm in Miami right now, and I have my charts here, but I'm not doing the, you know, the share screen like I normally do. I'm just live on the phone. But Marlon's one of the new wave makers right here, man. I think Marlon might have to be the winner here of getting another month for free. We'll just announce it right now. Marlon, we're gonna hook you up with another month for free in the Profit Circle. You jump right in, and you know, you've just been a contributor, man. I'm gonna make sure we extend that one to you right now. Let's just get the contest started right now. So Marlon, we're gonna have to hook you up. And he said, look at the time. You get rewarded when you jump into the Cassius Cuvée live stream. You feel me? If you was a real one, I'm a real one too. So let me get with my admin and make sure we extend that to you, so you get next month for free in the Profit Circle, man. He's a great wave maker. He's been jumping right in. So yeah, he's killing it. Blockchain Cowboy can vouch for it. He's killing him, man. And when you contribute to the group, then we want you in there. So appreciate you guys, man. Marlon, yeah, I'm gonna jump right on that right after this call, man, right after this show. But anyways, man, that's the come up with your boy Cassius Cuvée, remote from Miami. I don't have any more travel plans yet, so I'll probably be in the studio for sure next Sunday. And we'll be back to the regularly scheduled programming. But be on the lookout for the music video for Let's Go. Follow me on Instagram. If you guys haven't been seeing, check my Instagram story right now, okay? It's gonna be disappearing in about 12 hours, but trust me, you don't want to miss the models that I just posted on there. Miami's not a real place. Let me just put it to you that way, all right? Miami's not a real place, all right? If you like looking at models, you're gonna want to check my Instagram story. That's all I'm gonna say, bro. And I won that trade on Moondeg right before that, man. Oh, stay safe. Appreciate you guys. We got David out there, Lynn Richards. Appreciate you guys for joining the chat. This is gonna be a quick one because I'm in Miami, but man, it was great to hit that Moondeg short squeeze just in the middle of the day. I'm getting ready and I just see it, and I called it out on the profit circle. I had to put it in the future trade channel, but that was in minutes. It went up and then shorted all the way back down. Boom, 542% win. So I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, everybody who's in the prop circle knows it's one of my favorite coins to trade, or to, I should say, to short. It's one of my favorite coins to short. I don't even know how high it's gonna go, but I do know when it goes up, Wile E. Coyote comes all the way back down. So anyways, you can tell my voice is hoarse, man. I'm yelling in the club and everything, but we're gonna do it again tonight. So shout out to y'all, man. I'll see you guys next Sunday at noon. And that's all I got for you, man. Peace.